Welcome back to the Dirty Water Coins and Collectibles channel. Tonight we have another nickel hunt. I picked up a few boxes and some random coins here and there. Other than that, I have pennies, so I gotta cash in some stuff. We'll probably do a quarter hunt again shortly, but I gotta get through all this stuff first. So in this box, we have... Where is it? I thought I wrote on this box too. Did I? No. This box, we have a Buffalo Ender. The last box we had a Silver Ender. So here we have a Buffalo. Does look like we have some older coins. So let's get into this hunt, see what we can find. Per usual, I'll do 10 rolls 5 times, so 5 groups of 10. I'll be right back. All right, before I get into roll 1, I just wanted to say that we are looking for Shield Nickels, V Nickels, Buffalo Nickels, War Nickels, proofs, low mintage, so 2009s, 2024s, key dates. There's all kinds of stuff that we can find in here. So let's get the hunt going. Be right back. All right, I just flattened out roll 6 for group 1. And back here, right there, we got a Buffalo. No idea if there's a date or a mint. Well, there's likely no mint mark. And no mint mark. Buffalo has all its legs. Let's see what we got for a date, if anything. Here we go. 1928. We do have all feathers. Let's keep the hunt going. I'll place it under the scope, see if there's a variety. If there is, I'll bring you back in. Just finished up group 1. A little light on the older finds, but we did come across a Buffalo, so you can't get mad at that. We have a 2025 Philadelphia. A nice condition 1960 Philly, I believe it was, so I'll check that against my album. A nice 1983 Philly. Let me put this one under the scope so you can take a quick look at it. It's a nice condition 83. There was a little bit of staining on the reverse. Right over here, a little bit of staining, but look at the steps. I got decent steps on it. Good strike. Those letters look weird, like they were kind of abraded away. I'll have to look into that because that's not normal looking. Same down here. Strange looking letters. But yeah, nice 83. Put that back up top here. We have a 1940 Philly. And a 47 Philly, not the Henning. 56 Denver. 47 San Francisco. And our 1928 Buffalo. And there was no varieties on that. Not really any laminations or anything. Let's get into the second group. And I'll be right back. Just flattened out roll number 2 for group 2. And you see something that doesn't belong? I see this green colored nickel here. Do we have a War Nickel? Yes, we do. All right. Silver on the board. Guess the date. I'm going with, I'm going to say 42 just because. 43. All right. Do we have any of the varieties? Oh, the 3/2. Those numbers look thicker. We have a doubled I. I don't think so. Let me pull back a little bit here. It was a little extreme close up. Nope. And any mint mark variety. Not really seeing anything. Okay, let's keep it going. Silver on the board, buffalo on the board. Now we just need like a proof or a V-nickel. All right, I just unraveled roll 5, group 2, and we had a coin explosion because whatever is stuck to this coin right here was stuck to the roll right in there. So when I get to this coin, I'll bring you back in for it because something funky's on there. Let's keep it going. All right, here we are. 1967 and some other coin. And we got some funk. Not sure what that is. I don't want to find out. Maybe some grease. Maybe a squished slug. I don't know. But it's funky, whatever it is. And that'll just go in the go backs. I kind of want to peel it off, but at the same time I don't. So I don't think it's going to go into the machine that way. Alright, I'll try to pick it off with my screwdriver and throw it away. We'll be right back with the next find. Alright, nothing crazy, but I just flattened out roll 6 and I saw this shiny 64 here. So I just kind of wanted to bring you in, take a look at it together. Look at that. It's sweet. Doesn't look like it has any steps, but I'll check that against the album. One of the albums anyway. I'll put that up top with the rest of the new finds. We'll go through this roll. See if there's anything else to be found. Be right back. All right, just flattened out roll number 8 for group 2. And we got a buffalo. Of course, no mint, but it looks like we potentially would have a date on this. And it's in decent shape. Has all legs. Let's flip her over. 1935, actually in pretty decent condition. Has all feathers. It looks like a little bit of lamination back there. All right, I'll scope it, bring you back in if there is a variety on it. Otherwise, I'll keep the hunt going. All right, we just wrapped up group 2. 10 rolls. We came out with a 2000 Canadian. I have a 2025 Denver and a 2025 Philly. The Philly, I believe, is a DDO, and I'm going to show you why. So let me show you the Denver. So you can see in the word in how thin this part is down here. Also, you see the left eye, how there's no extra metal right in here. Let me show you the 25 Philly. You can see how much thicker the lower portion of the I and N are. And then, look at the eye. See the extra metal right there? Right here. So I believe we have a DDO. And if I do, I'll put some information right by his eyebrows there, if I can find out which one it is. Then we have a 46 Philly, not a Henning. Another 46, not a Henning. A 53, also not a Henning. Another 53, same deal. And a third 53, you guessed it. We got a 1959 Denver. Actually looks like it could be a clash die. That line here and a line here. I'll take a closer look at that. This nice 1964 Philly and our 1935 Philly Buffalo. Let's get into the third group. If that happens to be a clash, I'll let you know. Be right back. Just started to peel roll number 3 for group 3, oddly enough. And I missed it. We got a silver ender. 1945. So like I said, I just started to peel it open. Let's see what we have. We've got a Philly. I don't know if there's anything else in this roll that's odd. No. Okay. But we have second silver on the board. 45 Philly. Let's keep it going. So I just flattened out roll 5 for group 3. And we might have another silver. I don't know. I'm going to check this one first, right here. That one had, okay, nope. This is the one I was thinking. Yeah, buddy. All right, San Francisco. Let's go with 44. 43, San Francisco. All right, let's keep her going. Third silver on the board. Be right back. All right, that 43S, I'm just bringing you in. I'm not sure if this is a ding or not. I'll have to do some research. If there is a mint mark variety or it's just a ding, I will put that right in here. All right, so we're still on roll number 5. I came across this 1963. It's a decent strike. I was looking at this area right in here, thinking it was possibly double die obverse. But when I flipped her over, look at the U in United. Like a little split right here, little split there, a split in the N, and then the southern parts of the letters, especially when we get to states. I haven't made it past states yet, but you can see splitting right in here, right there, down here, right there, right here. Let's check of. A little bit down the bottom right of the F. And then a little bit tapered off in the lower portion of America. '63 Denver. So we're going to have to, I'll have to look that up for an RPM, not an RPM, a DDR. If I can find any info on that, I will place that right here in where Monticello is, like I typically do. Let's keep it going. Group 3 actually did fairly well. We have a 41 Philly, a 42 Philly, a 48 Philly, a second 48 Philly, a 53 Philly, not the Henning, a 56 Philly, a 58 Philly, 3 Denvers. We had a 40 Denver, a 54 Denver, and a 59 Denver. 2 silvers. We had a 43. Was that a San Francisco? And a 45 Philly, I think it was. And then here we have a 2025 Philly. And we'd have doubling from what I can see right now, down here, right at the top of the stairs, top of the window, somewhat in the doorway, and then it kind of tapers off. And that's all that I'm really seeing. Maybe a little bit at the top of the letters right there, the top of the eye right there. But I'll have to do possibly a little bit of research, and we'll put that info right under here, right under Monticello. Let's get into group 4. Be right back. All right, we've made it to roll 9, group 4, the Buffalo. It looks like it doesn't have a date. Let me get the roll open. Let's take a look. Be right back. All right, here we are. Not seeing maybe something. I don't know. Not looking promising though. Maybe a 37. I don't know. I don't think the scope is going to help that either. Let's pull back a little bit. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Maybe a 7, but I think that's just wishful thinking for a number on there, but I don't know. Do we have a mint mark? No, we have all legs. All right, let's keep her going. I'll toss it under the scope, see if there's any variety on there, but I don't know what the date is, so let's keep it going. Group 4 has been finalized. We had a couple 2025s, a Philly and a Denver. No varieties on those. We had a 41 Philly, a 51 Philly, and a 52 Philly. For our Denvers, we had a 53, a 54, 56, and a 59. We did get one San Francisco, a 41S. And our pretty much dateless Buffalo. You guys can take a guess on that if you'd like. But let's get into the final group, group 5. See if there's anything else hiding in these rolls. Be right back. All right, group 5 has been hunted. Let's see what we have for our finds. We have another Canadian, a 1994, actually in pretty decent condition. We have another 2025 Philly. I didn't see any varieties. I have two 1960s with the bar errors. So we have one on the 0 here. And I have on the 0 the beginnings of the T, a little bit on the R, the E, and the B on that one. Down here I have our Philly finds, a 42, 46, not the Henning, and a 57. Our Denver finds, we have a 1940 and a San Francisco 1946. Very, very weakly struck, but it is a San Francisco. All right, so that does it for our standard hunt. Now we've got to get into the solo cup. I'll be right back with the pour. All right, let's get our dump on. don't want them to go falling everywhere. All right, got a couple stragglers up here, it looks like. I don't know what that is. Straggler. All right. Here we go. Let's find something cool. Be right back. All right, so out of the solo cup, I managed to come across 3 finds. I believe this was a 2020 DDR. These are the kinds that I like, so I'll be keeping this one. So you can see the stretched window here, extra thickness on the right hand side, extra thickness down here. We got the dip in the framing. We have extra thickness in the triangular window, doubling here and here. So we have that one, which is a pretty cool one. Next one up is a 2022. And this we have doubling throughout United States of America and E Pluribus Unum. You can see the doubling here, 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 right down there. It's throughout United States of America. You can see all the notching throughout the letters. The F and of is a good one. The top left of America. It even looks like there was a little bit of doubling in the FS. And then E Pluribus. The southern parts of the letters are doubled. We have that. And then this one here is a 2023 Philly. An indicator is this die chip, or a bunch of die chips down. So die chip here, chipping here, there, right in here. This is a DDO. If we flip her upside down, you can see the doubling in the eyelids. Trying to get a good shot for you. There's doubling right here. There's also doubling in here, but it's shadowed. Yeah, you can kind of see it right in there. So we have 2023, 22, and 20. So 20, 22, and 23. And I'll see if I can put any kind of respective attribution numbers below these right here. All right, let me get the better finds of the hunt, and I will be right back. All right, here's our wrap-up for our 1-box nickel hunt. Actually turned out to be pretty good. So we have our nicer condition ones up top here. I have a 1960, a 1964, and a 1983. Down here I have the bar nickels that I just started hunting, actually for a friend of the channel. I found 2. These are the first 2 that I found out of 3 boxes. Down here we had a 1963 Denver DDR, a 2025 Philly DDO, and 2 2025 Philly DDRs. For our better finds, we did get 3 buffaloes, a dateless, a 28, and a 35, all Philadelphias. Down here I had a 1943 War Nickel Philadelphia, a 43 San Francisco War Nickel, and a 45 Philadelphia War Nickel. All 3 of those are 35% silver. And that is our hunt. I hope you enjoyed it. Almost as many top finds as yesterday's nickel hunt. I think we had 7. I was 6 war nickels, and a V nickel. Today we have 3 buffaloes and 3 war nickels. So please give a thumbs up right down here in the lower left-hand corner. Be sure to hype, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. I want to thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one.